Despite Africa's vast family,
Yes.
hunger persists. From your research, what's really driving the continent's food insecurity?
Lack of finance. If you want me to highlight one important factor, as I said in the talk that I've just given, there is an African Union program called the Comprehensive African Development Agriculture Development Plan, the CADAP. And under the CADAP, there is an agreement that African governments should spend not less than 10% of their annual budget to support the agricultural sector. What we found is that only a few countries have ever reached that target. And then also we found that when it comes to private investment, African banks are not really lending to agriculture. We found that bank rates are high. Because of our land tenure system, the communal holding of farmland cannot really be used as collateral for banks. Microcredit, to some extent, is helpful, but it does not support scale, production at scale. By its very nature, is micro. We also found that foreign direct investment is not going into agriculture, and also foreign aid, which, as you know, this year has collapsed. But even before it collapsed, a very small portion of foreign aid ever went into agriculture. Then, on top of this, rich countries are able to subsidize their agriculture. So, for some specific products like rice, maize, the wheat, the proteins like livestock, meat, poultry, fish, we find that rich countries are able to subsidize these things, so we cannot produce them competitively. So, I think that would be the key factors that go into the outcomes that we see for African agriculture.
I also wanted to ask, what concrete ways is climate change also worsening Africa's food crisis?
Yes.
Where do you see hope in terms of adaptation?
No, absolutely. The way that we see climate change manifesting itself is the high frequency of extreme weather events. We are seeing this more and more in droughts, in floods, in locust invasions, and in such disruptions. So that does have an impact, and it's been shown that, of course, it impacts farmers' production. But yes, as I said in the talk, the good thing to note is that a lot is being done on adaptation, not well funded, because we do have this problem with funding for climate, as you know. We have all the plans in our nationally determined contributions that individual countries make, but these really are just wish lists because the funding is not really there to support them. But as I said in the talk, a lot of good work is being done on adaptation. Myself, I was really very impressed to see like new seed varieties that are much more climate resilient, new approaches to irrigation that requires less water, new ways of managing the soil and understanding the soil chemistry. So a lot is being done on the adaptation side, but the funding is woefully short.
So if Africa is going to feed itself, sir, if Africa is going to feed itself and the world, what are the two top actions that the leaders should take at this point in time?
Finance. I would say, in fact, you said two top. I would say finance. That's the two top actions that should be taken.